All right, I don't know how long it's been since I made the announcement video, but it's finally here. I'm ready to unbox and review my initial impressions of the new Whoop 4.0. Let's get into it. What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of Excellence in Motion. This channel focuses mostly on movement tips, health education, and fitness gear reviews just like this one. So if that stuff interests you, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, like today's video, it really helps a ton. And with that, let's go ahead and get into today's review. All right, let's get right into it. I'm gonna open up this box and show you guys everything that's inside. All right, so this is the box that I think the Whoop and the battery pack all comes in. And then we've got an extra band that I ordered when ordering the Whoop. And then there's also this extra third package that has kind of a cool backstory to it. And I'll fill you guys on a little bit more of that here in a little bit. But for the most part, let's just dive right into opening up the Whoop itself. Fail. Ooh. Right, so this comes with what looks like a quick little setup guide, got some instructions, this little nice package for all these instructions here. If you've never owned a Whoop before, you might not know exactly how you're supposed to pair it or put it on your wrists and all that kind of stuff. So it comes with these nice little detailed instructions for how you can do all that, kind of go through all the steps one by one. It sort of unfolds, gives you lots of information about each of the things that are contained in the box. It's kind of a super cool little way of them to do that. So I'll kind of toss that over here to the side. Inside this box is the Whoop itself. Comes in this black band to start. This is the basic colorway that most people get when they order the Whoop. If you want a different color, you just gotta order something different like I did. This definitely already, just holding it up next to the original one, a lot smaller. It's got these nice little pull tabs. It says to lift up. Ooh. And then that just opens up the strap for you. It's a little plastic piece you can just sort of pull off afterwards. I think it goes all the way around to the bottom here. Plastic piece, don't need that. This feels a lot denser, even though it's a lot smaller than the original Whoop, which I will just go ahead and take off for size comparison. Hold them right next to each other. That is quite a big difference. The Whoop actually says that it's like 33% smaller than the original, which is gonna cut down on a lot of the bulkiness for some people, makes it a little bit more discreet, easier to wear with lots of different types of clothing options and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and just leave that where it's at for now. Inside the box, you also get the new battery pack, which is a ton smaller than the original battery pack, and it's also waterproof, which is really good for a lot of people who may have accidentally jumped in the shower or the pool or the ocean with the battery pack on, and then there goes 50 bucks. So got a nice new battery pack. It's a lot tinier to fit the new smaller Whoop. It's branded a little bit differently, and it's waterproof, so that's a cool thing. Set that down there, and then you've also got your little charging cable. This is a USB-A to USB-C. So the new charger will charge via USB-C, which is different from the original charger. It was kind of that old micro USB type style port. So even if you wanted to use this or some other USB-C charging cable for length or whatever, that'll work for this as well, which is actually pretty cool and kind of nice. If only the iPhone would switch to USB-C, we'd all be in a much happier place by now. So let's go ahead and set these things aside for now and just kind of look at the new band that we've ordered. We'll just set that here in the front. Satisfying. Same box as before, and actually I didn't even notice or point out on the previous box, I don't even think it was in there. This one has a nice little diagram or graphic for how to thread the Whoop strap. If you've seen any of my past videos, there's actually one about how you can customize your Whoop strap to give you some details around how you can thread new Whoops. This one's a little bit different because the new strap has a quick release, which we'll demonstrate here in a second, but at least it gives you a nice little thing on the box, which is awesome. Go ahead and pull this top off, and there is that nice gray colorway with a shiny silver clasp on the side and the new quick release clasp here. So all the new Whoop straps, as far as I'm concerned, or I know now, come as full clasp sets. In the past, you've been able to just purchase the strap on its own without having to get the clasp. These new ones come as sets because of the new quick release. So that'll be something different, kind of new, and something to think about when purchasing new straps. I think this one cost me like 60 bucks to add on top of the new black one. So there's a heavier price tag, but customization options are definitely a lot easier now because of that. All right, before we get into pairing and customizing the new Whoop strap, I wanna talk about this third box that came with the new one, and it's an extra strap for the old Whoop 3.0 with directions on how you can, what they call, upcycle the Whoop. One of the bigger concerns that people probably would have had previously is, what do we do with all of this extra stuff that nobody's gonna be using anymore, especially if everybody's upgrading? Well, Whoop has solved that problem for us by incentivizing us to recycle our old Whoop straps to potential new members. So with this new box, it gives us some instructions on how we can give this to new people, have them pair the old device with their new Whoop app. They get 2 months for free, and then if they sign up afterwards, you get a month for free. So it's incentivizing people to recycle their old stuff and hopefully cut out on waste overall, which is a really good idea from Whoop, and it's a pretty good business move to get more people on their platform. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this box. I'm not even really sure what color this band is going to be, but we'll just go ahead and open that up. This will be the new kit for cleaning and adding to my old band. So came with this nice white band color. Basically all it's gonna do with this new clasp and this new band is I'll just take my old Whoop afterwards when I'm done with it, clean it off, add this new band to it, and then I can gift it to somebody else so that they can start using Whoop and see how they like it. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Okay, now that everything is unboxed and opened up and looked at, I'm gonna walk you guys through the process of pairing the new Whoop with your app and then customizing it by learning how to switch out the new bands and change things up and see how that goes. I got the app open. You guys can see that on the screen. I'm gonna go all the way over to this little hamburger piece on the lower right-hand corner, and right there it says pair your Whoop 4.0. So I'm going to tap on that, and it says to choose a device, confirm the serial number on the side or top of the device. So I'm gonna open this up. There's this little pull tab that says remove before use. Done. Back side of the Whoop looks a lot different from the previous version. If you guys wanna see more tech specs on the Whoop itself, I covered some of that in my previous video. I'm also gonna do a future video on my experience with using it for a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for some of that stuff. But for now, we'll just kind of tap on the Whoop on the top. It's not working. I'll have to try something different. Ah, there we go. Okay, so after tapping on that for a long time, I've just tried to put it on my wrist just to see if maybe I needed to put the charger on to get it going. And the blue light started flashing. I don't know if you can see that from the top down. So it's ready to connect. On the phone, you're seeing now that the new Whoop number has popped up. So I'm gonna tap on that and we'll go ahead and start pairing with Bluetooth. Connection is set. It was super quick and easy. And continue. Firmware update is available for the new Whoop. I'm not gonna go through that quite yet because I don't wanna take too much time, but let's go ahead and pop on over and see if it is connected and if this is the one that it's looking at or if it's my previous Whoop strap. All right, so simple as that. It looks like the Whoop is connected. It's reading everything like it normally would, like the previous version. If you click on the health monitor stuff, it'll show that it's starting to calibrate some of the skin temperature stuff. Blood oxygen levels are calibrating. So that's one of the new couple features that you get with this new sensor, is gonna check some of those extra metrics for you. I'm actually probably going to take off the Whoop 3.0 and let this one just be the one that collects data from now on and see if anything changes. And if it does, I'll pop that up on the screen here in a little bit, but for now, let's just look at the comparisons of the two right next to each other. All right, so on hand, as you can see from this top-down view, there's a considerable difference between the two. I mean, 33% doesn't sound like a whole big deal, but it is definitely smaller and a little bit more aesthetically appealing, I think, than the older one. Definitely not as bulky, and it actually is a little bit more flush, if not about the same thickness overall. So I really like the way it feels so far. It's a lot easier to pull open and unhinge than previous models. Some of the older Whoop straps, the first time you put it on, it's dang near impossible to dig your fingers underneath to pull it off. So that's something that I like so far anyway. But aside from aesthetics, let's go ahead and see how easy it is to change out these straps, because the new quick release plate is something that I'm super excited about. All right, so all you have to do when you've got your Whoop is this bottom piece. There's no quick release button or anything like that. It really does just slide right off. It feels like it would be secure enough to not sort of accidentally fall off on its own, but that is something that potentially could be worrisome if it starts to decrease in its resistance over time. But for now, we'll just kind of unhinge that, pull out the pull tabs from the side, and then reattach the new one. So there's those little holes on the back side for the clasp. We'll add that, tip the strap over, slide on the new piece, and boom, simple as that. That was probably the fastest that it's ever taken me to switch out a strap on the Whoop. I mean, on the previous one, my goodness, I mean, you have to unclasp it, pull it off, pull the clasp off, and then unthread this entire piece, and then to put a new one on, go through the rethreading process altogether. Probably would take you like close to 3 minutes or so just to change out the strap. And on this newer one, super quick, super simple, and then you can just pop it right back on your wrist and you're good to go, and you got a new style. I think that's gonna be a really cool feature for a lot of people, especially if they like to change out the way that their Whoop looks with different outfits, different styles, or even if they're just going out in the town or to a special event and they don't want it to look too flashy. Switch out your band, super quick, just like that. As a physical therapist and as a coach, I continue to be super impressed with what it is that Whoop is doing as far as tracking your health and fitness. It's gone from being just sort of like every other fitness tracker to being really this all-encompassing health tracker. And that's really the way that I like to phrase it as. It's not a fitness tracker, it's more of a health tracker. It checks your sleep, your heart rate variability, how you're recovering, how your daily life and the things that you do every single day play a part in your overall health. They continue to update things, they continue to add more, and I think it's gonna have huge implications, not just for athletes, but for everyday people. Here at Energy Physio, we don't just work with athletes, but we work with people who want to be healthier and want to be getting better. And having a tool like the Whoop to promote to people for checking in on themselves and being able to see how those metrics improve over time is super, super helpful and enlightening. So I'm excited to be able to keep moving forward with Whoop as they update stuff. As always, my Whoop referral link is listed down below. So if you want to get on the train, you want to try things out, and you want to see for yourself if you enjoy it, click on the link below in description, and it's going to give you 30 days free to get the new Whoop 4.0 and try it out for yourself. For first impressions, guys, I'm actually pretty impressed with the way that the Whoop feels, how easy it is to change out the straps, how quickly it connected to the app on my phone. I'm super excited to be able to see what some of the new features look like over the next couple of weeks. I'm especially excited for checking out temperature levels, blood oxygen levels, and also the new wake feature for sleep. The Whoop is supposed to tap you awake gently based on your sleep cycles and wake you up at the most optimal time for when you need to be getting up in the morning. So that's something that I'm definitely gonna be testing out and putting in a new video in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, go out, do good things, and don't forget to move. I'll see you guys in the next video. It looks like it just connects to the new one and just forgets your old one automatically. Oh, I need to stop all this.